Now I'm back to my home page for my Moodle introduction course, and the main thing I can teach you from any of this introductory course is to make sure you are able to change things in your course. This is done very easy by coming up here and turn editing on. What editing on does is give you access to change different parts of your course. So if I were to scroll down, you can see all of the things I already have added into my course. But as of right now, there's no way to change them. I do not have my editing tools available to me. So what I want to do, there's two ways to do this. You can click Turn Editing On up here, or you can come down in the bottom left-hand corner of your settings panel and select Turn Editing On there. Once you turn editing on, this gives you the access to change things for any resource or activity and modify it for you or your students. So if you notice, everything now has this little set of shapes or pictures below its name. These are known as the editing tools, and I have them blown up here with what they do to make it a little bit easier to see. So the first one is this little arrow, and if we mouse over it, it says that we'll move it to the right. All this does is indent that part of the resource or activity. Move is the 4-quadrant arrows. If I were to click on the move button, I would be able to choose where I wanted to move that particular activity anywhere on my page. Update is just another name for settings, or to change our settings panel over here to where we can update or change anything for this resource or activity. Duplicate will create another copy just like it. Delete will delete it, and it will ask you if you definitely want to delete before it's gone for good. You will have to verify. This shown to users means that any user who logs in can see what you're doing, or you can hide it from them. So if you can see the eyeball, it means it is shown. So if we mouse over the eyeball, it says hide. If I were to click on that eyeball, it would then hide that particular label from whichever students log in to see this course. An assign role is specific to the groups. So you can specify something for certain groups that they can see or access. So just to show you how this works a little bit, if I were to click this little arrow right here to move this over, it will indent this entire paragraph starting from the editing tools up here and move it over indented one block. So if I click that, it's going to refresh my page, and that is now going to be indented a little bit. If you notice, the E is now over from where it was before. I can click indent again and keep moving this over and over on the page. And notice when I indent it, it pulls up another arrow to bring it back to the left some. If I were to click the move arrow, this will refresh the page and give me boxes wherever on the page that I would want to add this in. So this is currently right here, so I probably wouldn't want to choose that. But if I chose this box up here, it would now put that entire setting above that Moodle introduction page logo. So all it does is move it on the course. And I can even move it further down in the course if I wanted it elsewhere. So just to show you, I could come and scroll all the way down to the bottom of my page and put it down here somewhere. I'm just going to put it back where I had it. I'll leave it indented, that's fine. We're going to get to the settings in a second. I don't want to go to that just yet. But the next one is duplicate. So I'm going to duplicate this just to show you. It's saying, are you sure you want to duplicate? We'll continue that. And then it will create another label just like the one I currently had. Now once it's finished, it says, do you want to edit or do you want to return to the course? I'm just going to return to the course so we can verify that there were two created. And then I could go in and edit that second one if I wanted to. But since I really only need one, now I can use that delete tool that we saw and delete this. And it's going to ask if I want to verify for deleting. I'll click yes. And it's going to bring me back to my home page and show that it is in fact now deleted. Now the next thing is the eyeball, and that's either going to show or hide it. So if I were to hide this, it will be grayed out for me as the instructor because I can always see everything on my page. But since this is grayed out here, when a student logs in, they will not see that to them because it is hidden. And if you notice, the little eyeball is closed now, and if I were to click that, it would show. Now to show you what the grayed out actually does, in the bottom left corner under my settings panel, I have an option that gives me the choice to switch the role. In this case, I'm just going to switch role to a student to see what a student would actually see on this page. So when I log in as a student, notice all of the settings change and I can no longer edit this page. But when I scroll down, that little box I had with the editing's labels are gone. So now as a student, since that was grayed out, it is not showing up for me, but it would still show up for the instructor page. And then back at the top, I can just click on return to my normal role.